I mean, it's okay as long as you stay in your own lane. I mean, it makes you tough. I mean, you got bitches just walking around eyeballing you, hating for no reason because you're pretty.
Listen,
but
this girl ghetto as fuck. That shit a fine right now, man.
I do not get up. But I would hate them if I would hate too. Look at me. I mean, I'm beautiful. Oh, now you know what? Yes, I do have socks on with my shoes because I can't walk around in this building because it's so filthy. Yeah.
That's right.
At least I have boxes on. And I have boxes. This is how we walk around. Boxes, you know. With my, yeah, I'm cute. $500 lace wig. Yeah, in the hood. We spend car notes. Bills ain't even paid, but we pay car notes on weed.
What did you just say? You should not buy a Rolls Royce until you can afford a Ferrari. You should not buy a Ferrari until you can afford a Bugatti. According to how the average person looks at money, because you're not average and you are living well below your means, not just at your means. You decide that you can afford a $10,000 a month mortgage because you figured out what it costs to live, what it costs to buy clothes and food and things like that. And you've got exactly $10,000 left for housing expenses. Well, guess what? I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you cannot afford a $10,000 a month mortgage. If something is not easy, you cannot afford it. I will be talking about the book, The Millionaire Next Door, Luxury versus Wealth. A very good book, and I'm going to make an entire video dealing exclusively with that book. It's a book that a friend of mine gave to me. I went through the book. It makes so much sense, and it's so true. It's true about many of the millionaires that I associate with. Very true. The opposite of what the poverty mindset exhibits. A very frugal lifestyle and living below your means is what exemplifies the millionaire next door. Let's take a look at this image. Gold Teeth Master Custom Grills. For more info, then there's a phone number. Now, based upon the type of business it is, the signage, and everything else, where would you expect to find a business like this? In a luxurious neighborhood? In an expensive neighborhood? Do you think you'd find this in Bel Air or Brentwood or on Rodeo Drive? You think you would find this in an expensive neighborhood? Beverly Hills? Or do you think you would find it in some poor neighborhood? In a ghetto? Gold Teeth Master Custom Grills. Bling Bling. That's what's out there now. Bling teeth. You got so much money you can put gold and diamonds in your teeth. Serves no practical purpose whatsoever, but you want the whole world to know that you're not broke. You're not poor because you can afford something extravagant. It looks ridiculous, but you can afford it. Whether it looks ridiculous or not, you can afford it. Oh, and it's real gold. And they flash it every chance they get. I want you to know this is real gold. This is bling bling. I have made it. I have arrived. I'm successful. Flossing is what it's called. And guess what? Hate to be the one to tell you this, but it sends the opposite message that it's intended. I don't care what money you may get. It's obvious that that money is new and you're not used to it. And it's also obvious that you came from poverty, which is why you're doing that. That's why you're doing it. It's a whole different concept. It's not. Oh boy. Gold teeth, custom made jewels. They're flashing their teeth too. There they go. I'm more inclined to believe that you came out of poverty, that you grew up in a trailer park. The mere fact that you need to do that, it automatically sends that message to me. That either you don't have it and you're flossing like you do, or if you do have it, it's brand new and you're not used to it, because the only people that impresses is other people that are used to poverty. We who are not impressed at all, not even remotely so. Flossing is for broke people. Trying to let other broke people know that they're not broke anymore. That's what that's about. It's true. Like it or lump it, I'm giving you the facts. I'm giving you the truth. It's born of a culture of insecurity. I mean, seriously, if somebody told you this was the son of Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, would you believe that? Why would he be so insecure he needs to do something like this? If he was used to true wealth. When I see that, immediately I'm thinking poverty. You reek of poverty. You reek of poverty. I'm sorry, you do. I'm just giving it to you raw and uncut. You know, a lot of people aren't used to that. Hey, I'm sorry. Raw and uncut truth. This is real. It says, look at me. I can afford the bling. That's what it says to other people that have that poverty mindset. It says something entirely different to the rest of us. It says that you have a poverty mindset and you're of a poverty class. That's what it says. It doesn't say anything else. Look at me. I can afford the bling. I can afford it. I can do something so utterly ridiculous that doesn't even look good, but I'm going to put gold and diamonds and silver in my teeth, and I'm going to flash it every chance I get just to let you know. I've got money. I'm about to show you a guy who's one of the wealthiest men in America. He owns Facebook. That's him right there, not the guy with his thumb on his chin, but the guy standing on the podium. Look how he's dressed. Where's the bling? He's worth $19.8 billion, and with this at this level, the value of your wealth changes constantly. It changes daily. So he might be worth more or less than that today. But when I pulled it up, that's what it was. He's a very unassuming, low-key kind of guy. And if you saw him just walking around, his common attire is jeans and a sweatshirt and a hoodie. And when I talk about jeans, a sweatshirt, t-shirt, and a hoodie, I'm not even talking about any exclusive designer sweatshirt, t-shirt, or hoodie. He might get a t-shirt or a hoodie from Walmart or Sears or something like that. You would never see the gold teeth in his mouth. You never see the bling bling dangling from his neck. You never see the pierced ears with the diamond studs in it. Any of that. Or the extravagant, gaudy, tacky jewelry draped around his neck or his arms or anything else. It just doesn't, you won't see it. And that's the norm. Here's John Singleton, multi-millionaire film producer. He produced Boys in the Hood and Rosewood and a bunch of other movies. Really excellent film producer. He's a very unassuming kind of guy. He never walks around going out of his way. Higher Learning is another one of his movies to exude wealth. And the majority of the millionaires that I personally know, a lot of them are famous because I live in California and I hobnob with a lot of people that are from California and are like that, just very unassuming. Not going out of their way to make a statement, especially when they're used to having money. One of these guys in this image right here is the founder of Amazon. His net worth is around $33 billion. Like I said, at this level, the net worth can go up or down like the tides. So it might be worth more or less by billions today. But one of these guys is the founder of Amazon. They're all successful, but one of them is the founder. One of these guys could buy and sell all the rest of the guys 100 times over. Okay? Now, how many of these guys exude wealth? You got, starting from the left, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The guy on the far left is number 1. The guy in the black shirt with the glasses, nerdy looking guy, is number 2. The guy behind him is number 3. The guy with the white shirt on with the sleeves rolled up, that's number 4. The guy behind him is number 5. The other guy's number 6, and so forth. So you tell me, which one do you think, if you don't already know, just guessing, is the founder of Amazon is worth $33 billion? It's hard to tell, isn't it? Other than their positioning, because none of these guys is going out of their way to try to make an impression that they are so much wealthier than all the rest of them put together. They're all just being natural, quiet, and unassuming. There's no bling at all. And like I said, they're all successful. All of them. You see, because a lot of people that got involved with big companies from the beginning, especially, were smart enough to invest in the stock and became millionaires and multimillionaires. But the guy who founded the company is worth 33 billion. He's a multi-billionaire. That's Jeff Bezos, and that's him right here. Where is the bling? He does not reek of wealth. Yes, that's the guy in the middle. Probably could have figured that out. And if you were to see Jeff Bezos walking around, that's pretty much what you can expect. What you see is what you get. Even at a party, he's not going to go out of his way to make a statement. He doesn't have to, because he doesn't have that poverty mindset where he feels he needs to do all get a ring that has Amazon on it. It costs about $10 million and wear it on his finger so that you know, hey, I'm the guy. I'm the Amazon guy. He doesn't need to do that. Like I said, that poverty mindset is driven by weak egos. Where is the bling? He does not reek of wealth, nor does he intend to. Tyler Perry is worth about $400 million. He's one of the most successful filmmakers out there. He's the most successful black filmmaker. And he's also a very quiet, unassuming type guy if you see him walking around. And he's not going out of his way to make a statement. If you know who he is, fine. But if you don't, that's fine too. Wisdom from Michael Jordan. Let me read this. I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed it. I have failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan. That was brilliant. I love that. Your bling should mean something if you have it. See, in this image, Michael Jordan's got these rings on, but see, these are championship rings. He didn't buy this bling, he earned it. He won it. He's not buying expensive gaudy jewelry to impress you. He earned this expensive jewelry to impress himself because he was determined to be the best. And like he said, kings have rings, so these championship rings represent he's been on a championship team. Michael Jordan is one of the few athletes to ever top $1 billion in net worth. Right now, I think it's about 650 million, but like I said, it goes up and down, it changes. But he's one of the wealthiest athletes ever. Very stylish, but also very low-key. Never going out of his way to make a statement. Oprah Winfrey, the first woman of any race to ever be a self-made billionaire. Also, especially when she's not on stage or doing a promotion or something like that, just being Oprah, just being herself, just like the majority of people who truly are successful, just walking around, just gets up, and it's very unassuming. You would never know the amount of wealth. Aliko Dango, he's worth about $16 billion. Okay? And also one of the wealthiest men in the world. If you were to see him walking around when he's not wearing a suit, you would never imagine he's as wealthy as he is. He doesn't wear cheap clothes or anything like that, but he's also not going out of his way to make a statement. Where is the bling? Where are the three-finger rings that exemplify wealth? The gold, the diamonds, all of that draped all around him. It's not there. It doesn't exist. He's not that kind of guy. What I'm trying to show you, that all comes and stems from a poverty mindset. Patrice Motsepe, also worth $2.3 billion. Very unassuming guy. Very unassuming in his natural state. You would not know it. The millionaires and billionaires next door. Now, let's talk about the wealthiest person in the world. He's in this image right here. It's not the guy on the right, it's the guy on the left. And a lot of people downgrade and belittle Mexicans for whatever reason. And some people hate to admit this because of their racism. But the wealthiest person on the planet Earth is a Mexican. They'd like to make him something else, particularly racist, but you can't. He's a Mexican. And his name is Carlos Slim. He also is a very unassuming guy who lives a relatively modest lifestyle relative to the wealth that he has. Carlos Slim. Where's the bling? He's got on a shirt. He's got on a suit. Even his wife. She's got on some pearl earrings and she's got on these little pearl necklace. And that's about it. There's no need. They know what they are. They know who they are. If you know who they are, great. If you don't, that's even better. That's their attitude. That's my attitude. That's great. I don't want you to know who I am. Leave me alone. I'm not that desperate for your praise or applause or anything like that. This guy right here, I knew personally years ago, back in the 70s, had no idea that he had ever been an actor until the movie Apocalypse Now came out. A mutual friend of ours told me he was in it. I couldn't believe it. I said, Larry? Our Larry? Are you kidding? Nah, it can't be him. It must be somebody else. I went to that movie because I wanted to see if it was really him. Larry Fishburne, and it was. And I saw him again. I said, Larry, you never told me you were an actor. He didn't make a big deal about it. He said, yeah, that was 5 years ago. Because when I met Larry, he had done Apocalypse Now 5 years prior to the date it was released. And he said he did it when he was 17, which means he was about 22 at that time. So he was a few years older than I was. And he was a very low-key kind of person, a very low-key, down-to-earth guy. In fact, to this day, he's still, see what he's wearing? And that's how it was then. We thought, mutual friends of ours, one of the reasons it was so hard to believe is because he was so low-key, and sometimes he dressed almost like a bum. Okay? But he hasn't changed that much when it comes to that.